Good morning everyone, today from the Palazzo Versace again, and look at that, how beautiful it is here. So today we are talking about 3 books that I think you should read if you want to invest in the stock market. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe. We're talking about money, business, stock market investing, and if you are coming back, thank you very much, and don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. Let's go. Okay, first book that you should know when investing in the stock market is Peter Lynch, Beating the Street. It's about basically a very simple and easy to understand book about investing in the stock market, and he actually started the book very funny that he said that 7th graders made a stock market game and 40% revenue on their investment, return of investment they had in beating every professional stock makers. So you can see that he's basically messaging that you can beat all the pros out there if you just understand the business and make sure that you invest in the business, not in the stock and the stock numbers and so on. So the kids actually that make this game, they invested in companies they knew. So it was Disney, Pepsi, and so on, all the brands. And Peter Lynch itself, he was a very successful fund manager. He averaged almost 30% every year throughout his career with the Magellan Fund. And this book is really funny, easy to read, and just can recommend it to everyone who wants to start in the stock market, because he is also explaining what to look for in companies. He has like 25 golden rules to invest in. He also specify how he got very successful from a fund managing $100 million to actually I think it was in the end $10 billion of management funds. So he's a very experienced one. I don't even know how he wrote his book, because he was such a busy guy. He visited all the companies that he invested in, and he wanted to make sure that he understand the core business and can grow from there. He understand the management and so on. So he, in every trade that he made, he was very deep inside the company, and this was part of his success as well. He thinks that diversification is important, but don't go too much in diversity, because he said, like, for example, as a regular hobby investor, you can track maybe 4 to 5 stocks maximum during your day-to-day job, because he said, like, there's so much information that you have to track, the market, the product, how the customer reacted to the product and so on, how the market changed, what is the newest technologies that could disrupt this industry and so on. So there's a lot of things to consider when investing in the stock, and I think this is one of the best books that you can read. Let's go to number 2. And number 2 will be the favorite of Warren Buffett, the most successful investor ever, so it will be quite fun. So the next book is quite big, as you can see. I think there are more than 500 pages, I think almost 600 pages, guys, of wisdom, and Warren Buffett said that this is the best book on investment that you can read. So if you trust Warren Buffett as the most successful investor ever lived on this planet, then this is definitely the book. The book is about value investing. So and there are, let's say, 3 golden rules of this book, which basically are: analyze the stocks for long term. So don't think about short-term profits, because it's hard to predict, much harder to predict short-term coverage of the market than the long-term output. The second thing is that you should protect your losses, and the third one is don't go for crazy profits, because this will make you gamble, and gamble, of course, you know, you always will lose in the long term. So these are very, very important rules. He say like you should diversify your portfolio. You know, you should also invest into bonds, whatever fits and makes good sense for your portfolio. Undervalued stocks are always a good investment for you, because you are technically investing in something that is worth less that you pay for. So it doesn't matter if the market goes bad or high, you always have this secret value, and the value with some time unfold itself, and this make you grow profits over the long term. The book is written by Benjamin Graham and is read by every important investor out there, so make sure you read this piece of beautiful literature. And there's also some other things, like, you know, he compared the market as one person, and he called him Mr. Market, and Mr. Market, you know, would come every day to you and tell you the value of your house. You would not say, oh, the value of my house is dropped today, so I will sell it. You would never do that. So same with stocks, and that's why this is so funny also to read sometimes. You see a lot of quotes of Warren Buffett on the public from this book as well. If you have read it, you recognize that. So I think it's a great read. One thing more, he says if you have a formula that is written here in the book, you should stick to it, you know. Don't get crazy, don't get afraid, don't get you know, panicked or so on. If you have really, it's same like you buy something, you buy the value of the stock, you buy the company that you believe in, that you think it's undervalued, or the value for the money, and just hold it for as long as you can. This basically makes you the richest person in the world. Same like Warren Buffett. There's no reason why you should not get so rich or even richer than Warren Buffett if you do value investing, and this is proven over the last history of the stock market. So no doubt there. Let me know what you think, and make sure you smash that thumbs up button. This will help us, these videos, to grow here on YouTube and to spread financial wisdom, so everybody can be successful on the stock market. And let's go to number 3. So the last book that I will give you a hint on that you should read if you want to be successful on the stock market is another book by Peter Lynch. It's called One Up on Wall Street, how to use what you already know to make money in the market. So I don't know if the first book came out first or this came out. I think this is the second book that he wrote. So but you can start either way. I think I started with this one first and then went to the first book, and it doesn't matter really, because he in this book he goes deep into why he chose stocks, and that you should really focus on the firm rather than the stock. And he again expresses that normal people have advantage over pro traders and investors, because they will overlook the stock, overanalyze. You know, you should really invest in the company that you believe in. You know, this is what I'm doing as well in Tesla, Facebook, Disney, Apple, and so on and so forth. So companies that you can connect to, that you understand the business. If it's too complicated, you shouldn't invest in that. If you think it's hard to understand, if you cannot explain it within a minute or 30 seconds, then forget about the company, because it's important that you also will recognize all the changes that will happen to this company, and don't have to, you know, look everything up first before understanding the news. This shouldn't be the case. Stock investing, if done right, is super simple, super easy, and ready for everybody to learn. You know, and these 3 books will give you a huge advantage to start right over. I believe that, you know, this book, and Peter Lynch was one of the most successful fund managers. He spent 14 to 16 hours per day analyzing stocks. That's why at one point he said like he go to retirement and enjoy his wealth, obviously. He made for sure millions for himself, and for other people billions of profit in the stock market over the years. He pocketed 30% revenue growth or profit on the investment of his clients, and this is remarkable over such a long period of 2 decades or more. So he is also the inventor of the term 10 beggars. So he's looking for this 10 beggars. 10 beggars are actually stocks that, you know, can grow value 10 times. So if you buy the stock for $1, he believes and he wants to try to find these companies that will turn out 10 times that big, you know. Moreover, he is also explaining 6 different types of stocks. He said, like, there's growth stocks, yeah, so companies that grow very, very fast. He have the turnaround, so companies that made a mistake or are low for some reason and now finding themselves back again and go up again. So, you know, the stock can lose, for example, let's say the stock is $10 and go 50% down to $5, so it loses 50% of the value, okay? But now it grows from $5 to $10, so back in the usual price, and it just make a jump of 100%. So you see there, so it lost 50% but goes up to $10 again and grow 100%. And this is the beauty of turnaround companies, you know. Even if the company goes from $10 to $2 and go back to $10, it's 5 times multiply your money. So very interesting, the turnaround. Then he says slow growers as well, so companies that are very steady growers but slow growers of the time, you know. He thinks mixing this kind of companies together makes a good portfolio, but not too much. This is what I really like about his investment strategy. If he says that you are, like, let's say, a hobby investor or you do it as a side business, make sure you don't over invest in 30-40 companies. You cannot track them, you know. The bad performers will put down your performance, so make sure you choose like 5, 6, a handful super nice companies, and then make sure that you follow them very, very closely. This book is fantastic, so make sure you read that, and the other 2 books that I just presented. Make sure also that thumb up this video, and I see you tomorrow with new stock market news. Thank you for watching. Peace out.